Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K24. How you doing, everybody? Eric M. Twins 20 here. We have our next episode, and it's going to be a little different one because of some screw-ups I made while recording the next two episodes of Nitro and Impact. I recorded both shows, and I went in to edit everything and put it all together, and I realized the sound settings for the HDMI input to the PlayStation was turned off. I couldn't hear anything. Something got screwed up, and apparently I lost sound. So I guess I learned my lesson there. I'm going to have to double check those settings as well as my microphone ones. So I'll just give you the highlights from both shows since there's no sound. And so you'll see a preview of the matches that happened on both Nitro and Impact, and I'll give you guys the end result. So sorry you won't be seeing any in-ring action or hearing from Michael Cole and the other guys for Nitro and Impact. I sure will have things fixed for the next episode, which will be Backlash, and I'll give you guys an update on the Sin card. We're going to have a Sin card update later on in this episode. So let's start with the results from Nitro. We opened up with the Cruiserweight title match. Tajiri defending his title against Psychosis. It was a decent match, and Tajiri retained the belt. He will be defending at Sin. He will be facing an opponent to be determined, most likely probably Psychosis, maybe somebody else. I haven't decided yet, but Tajiri will definitely be on the card for Sin. Second match of the night was a triple threat match in which we had Rick Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, and Sid Vicious taking each other on. Sid Vicious stood tall in the end and won that match. Match 3, we saw two hardcore alumni as Raven took on Vampiro. Raven ended up winning that match. In match 4, it was Daphne taking on Kimberly Page. Kimberly making her re-debut in WCW. Her first appearance since the new WCW started. And Daphne beat DDP's wife pretty handily in that match. Outsiders and Totally Buff. Totally Buff, Lex Luger, and Buff Bagwell. And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall ended up winning that match. Match 6, Edge, the United States champion, took on Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Hogan's first appearance since the new WCW started. Edge won the match, and afterwards, Hogan, as he was getting ready to leave the ring, was attacked from behind by a masked large man. The man beat Hogan down, proceeded to tell him to fuck himself, and revealed himself to be the Iron Sheik, and said he'll see Hogan at Sin in a match. So those two rivals are now feuding as the Iron Sheik makes his debut in the new WCW, much to the delight of the fans. Final match of the night, The Rock, the World Heavyweight Champion, taking on Goldberg. Goldberg had a great match with Rock, and he beat Rock in the end, hit him with 2 jackhammers and a couple spears, and he takes down the World Heavyweight Champion. And that was the end of Nitro. Now we move on to Impact, where we had 5 great matches, and we started off with a Impact X Division title shot. Frankie Kazarian defended his title against Evan Courageous, a 3 count, and Frankie ended up winning that match, retaining his title. In match 2, we had a Knockouts title match as Nydia defended her title for the first time against Jazz, and Nydia picked up the win. That's her second big win now in the last week, as she retains the Knockouts Championship. Match 3, we saw AJ Styles take on CM Punk. It was a great high-flying action, but AJ Styles picked up the win in the end. Match 4, we saw another Knockouts match, non-title, as 2 former rivals, longtime rivals in ECW, Dawn Marie taking on Francine. Francine making her debut in the Impact Zone, and she picks up the win. For the main event, it was a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, the Impact World Championship, as Samoa Joe defended against Batista and Shane Douglas, the franchise. It was a great match, and Batista eked out a win with a big Batista bomb in the end. He walks out of the Impact Zone as the Impact World Champion. And that is your results for Nitro and Impact. As I said before, I apologize for the software issues. That'll get fixed now. Make sure it works for Backlash, which will be the next event. And I can give you guys a quick rundown on the Backlash card. As it is now final, I added a few matches. We have 10 great matches. And Backlash is looking good. It's going to be Intercontinental Championship. Test will defend against Eddie Guerrero. Eddie wants a rematch, and he's going to get it. That was a great match, and I think Eddie deserves another chance. We also have Ivory taking on Lita. Those two rivals are going to go at it in non-title action. Match 3 is going to see the tag titles be unified, and the original WWF tag titles against the new WCW tag team titles as the APA against the Hardy Boys. That'll be a great one. We also have the Big Show taking on Goldust. Goldust wanted a match, and Big Show wanted to fight too, so thought I'll put those two in a match against each other, so that's going to be a good one. The next match will be the Hardcore titles. RVD will defend against Sabu. Those two had a couple good matches already. I'm going to put it on again at the next pay-per-view event. And then we have Brock Lesnar taking on The Undertaker. Lesnar challenging The Undertaker backstage and Undertaker accepting, so that match is going to happen. And then we have the Women's World Championship as Trish Stratus, the WWF Women's Champion, will take on Victoria. That's a unification match to unify the old title with the new one. The television title will be on the line as Mike Sanders will defend against Mr. Perfect. We have a submission match. William Regal will take on Chris Benoit. And then the main event, a triple threat match, the Undisputed Championship to unify that and the WWF title. The WWF title, of course, now vacant with the injury and retirement of Stone Cold Steve Austin at the hands of Kane, who was in this match alongside Kurt Angle and Triple H. Winner takes all in that unification match. That's going to be Backlash, and that is the next event. And I hope you guys enjoy the show.
If you like this episode, hit that like button, leave a comment if you like, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help out with future projects, upgrades to the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/MNTwins28, or you can drop something in the old Cash App. You don't have to help, but any help is always greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace out.